Okay, cool. Thanks everybody for coming out today for this walk for Ron Paul in Chicago. And I'm proud to introduce Representative Jim Guest of Missouri, who is here on behalf of Ron Paul. He has something that he wants to read from Ron Paul to the group. And thank you so much, Representative Guest.
Jimmy!
Is this thing on so we can hear now?
Yeah.
Great! Hey, thank you, Megan. Thank you, Joe. It's certainly a pleasure for me to be here. And Joe looked at me a while ago. I had my bald head. He said, "You better wear a cap." I said, "Well, since I'm in Cub land, I'll wear my St. Louis Cardinal cap, so I'll be all right." Whether you support the Cardinals or support the Cubs, you want to be a winner, you want to support Ron Paul, and that way you'll come out a winner in the end. But then I do want to thank... Yeah, that's all right. Let's get into it there. I do want to express my gratitude for the chance to come up here and walk for freedom and show my support for Dr. Ron Paul, the next President of the United States. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Missouri State Representative Jim Guest, and I'm the founder of LORI, that's the Legislators Against Real ID, and also the Committee for America's Freedom. As I say on my radio talk programs, I am the voice of freedom from the heartland of America. Today I'm here to show my support for the voice of freedom for all of America, Dr. Ron Paul. Our country and our citizens are under attack, but this time not from outside our country, but from in our borders. We as Americans are losing our rights and our freedom at an alarming rate under this administration, not to take into account the KGB-style Department of Homeland Security agenda. We must protect our borders and fight on this soil to stop those who want to take that freedom away. Many of you probably know Aaron Russo, who directed the movie Freedom from Fascism, and one of those who started Ron Paul onto his presidential campaign. You may not have known Aaron, but he was a fine man, and he was certainly a true patriot. He certainly was not the first patriot to die for freedom, but he certainly was an inspiration to many people to get involved in government and make us all aware of the loss of our freedoms. At this time, I think we ought to take a couple moments of silence and pay tribute to him if we could. Thank you. We are living in history as this nation comes to a dangerous crossroads, which will decide the fate of our freedom for our children, our grandchildren, and generations to come. Let's not sit idly by and let our freedoms be taken away. We must stop this Real ID Act. We must stop the National ID card. We must stop the North American Union. We must secure our borders and stop this illegal immigration coming in. And we must get back to governing by the Constitution. This is what I believe in and what I work for, just like Dr. Ron Paul, and that's why your help is so important to us. I talked to Dr. Ron Paul a couple of days ago and told him I was going to come up here and speak to the greater Chicago Meetup Group. He was very enthused about me being able to speak for him. And at this time, I've got a letter with his words I'd like to read to you. It says, "Statement from Congressman Ron Paul for the Greater Chicago Ron Paul Meetup Group, Joe and the Greater Chicago Meetup. I want to thank each and every one of you for all your efforts on behalf of this campaign. The Chicago Meetup Group has a growing reputation for leadership within our movement. I am proud to have Missouri Representative Jim Guest represent me at your meeting and to work with him to stop the looming threat of a national ID card, one of many serious issues that face us today. The truth is, we cannot win without the efforts of folks like you. But with growing grassroots momentum across our nation, we can win. We must take our country back. restore the Constitution and our Bill of Rights. We are embarking on a second American Revolution. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. Sincerely, Dr. Ron Paul. And thank you, everybody.